This is for the sexy nights that only lust can inspire. The nights when gags produce stanzas. When feathers and whips turn curve and hips into canvas. The shores where knots no longer bind but free. Control becomes a current of submission. Be careful that undertow may drag you into these seas and love won't save you. Not when the discipline to support you is outweighed by my desire to leave your legs unable to do the same. Commitment is not a life raft. Not when I am only committed to bridging the orgasm gap, lick by lick, stroke by stroke. I'd sooner drown us both in you than cultivate any sense of stability and truth. This is for the sneaker waves, the garage quickies, the backseat escapades with rug burns, sore hips, and lower back hickeys. With hearts healed from the past tonight, our present is forever. No thought to tomorrow, because here we are complete.
Come on, boy.
I, the sun to her moon, the earth, becomes sacred, born of seed and womb, fulfilled and satisfied. She saturates, she doesn't squirt, she monsoons at my touch. Hey. Winks and small caresses birth more than just a blush. This is seduction. And that anticipation makes the first downpour incidental. But baby, tonight, I'm gonna teach you the definition of torrential, uncontrollable. Consecutive until you lose count, concurrent with multiple spots and positions so you lose doubt. Tonight is so good, you know you will never see me again. No second chances or dates or matching Timbs, no, just the sweetest memories of ecstasy. Sensations that raise the hairs on the back of your neck and make you think of my touch. Smells that play time machine to that night. Mental pictures that make you cross your legs, close your eyes, and pray for one more night, and you know it's in vain. Love does not live here. Just its swollen ego and the lust we endear.
So this song is a two-parter. It's about what I used to think that I wanted and what I really want. But before we start, I have a little mantra that I like to say. I want to say, repeat after me. Say, get free.
Get free.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Take no shit.
Take no shit.
Get free.
Get free.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Take no shit.
Take no shit.
Get free.
Get free.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Take no shit.
Take no shit. Inspired by my friend James Hunter, God rest his soul. I wanted to be in love so bad, and I said, James, why can't I find love? And he said, Santia, you know what you need to do? You need to drink a little bit, smoke some weed, and fuck a long time. And just quit that shit. Just go enjoy your life. So here we go. What I really want is a little bit
impressions I had on that trip, and some were good and some not so. Anyway, I called it careful construction. The way to the airport is carefully constructed. On the way, streets with deliberate yellow lines constrained by curbs adorned with strategic trees usher me along. Nearby, a concrete footpath splits a small patch of starving prairie. Held apart, the sides plot a reunion when the time of the world's distraction. Industrial buildings bounded by tall fences enclosing huge lots of pallets and trucks, and they stand ready to impose order on the unruly. Gaudy graffiti claims rights to abandoned buildings and trains. The silly pretense goes unheeded until false claims are dismissed later with more paint. Random trees and grass cling to an unwanted ribbon next to a river. Defiant but unable to object, the water wears endlessly against the concrete levees that deny its hunger to escape. We are the Lord's, and nature patiently serves until grass, always undefeated, carefully reclaims. Yeah, it gave a whole new perspective. My woman left something behind. Maggie, you left something behind. It's hard to describe, but I know what it is. It floats in the wake of your presence like a perfume that lingers, a scent that lingers. It reminds, it informs, it colors the place that I live. Please leave it behind when you come again.
All right, Maggie.
This one's called Morning Lover. Yeah, it's very short. It's a quickie. Yeah. Morning Lover. Anticipation wakes me while twilight prevails. Warm under the covers, my lover makes mischief from far, far away.
At 13, she learned what a dick looked like. At 44, she learned what 7 years of probation meant. At 14, she learned the word rape. At 44, he learned about a new dating website. At 15, she learned how to keep her head down. At 46, he learned that he could leave the state with a family member. At 16, she learned that it was her fault. At 47, he learned that pregnancy is expensive. At 17, she learned that she couldn't go past first base with her boyfriend of almost 2 years. At 48, he learned that when you fill out paperwork for the hospital, the pregnant person must write their age. At 18, she learned that guys get what they... At 18, she learned that guys get what they want or they leave. At 49, he learned that he was off probation. At 19, she learned what her first time really was. She was 4. At 50, he did it to his own children. At 20, she learned that 7 shots of whiskey and 51 pills doesn't hurt as much as being 13.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm ready. You guys are intimidating. Okay, but you're beautifully intimidating. All right. Daddy's mind was twisted. So he scripted and kicked it, but missed it, then flipped it. Over and over and over and out. Out like the light too bright. But the absence of light is not always the night. Like the absence of night is not always the light. Daddy's mind was twisted. Twisted like a psychological contortionist, debating with the unrepentant distortionist in the land of the master extortionist. So he tipped it, chipped it, ripped it, then milked it. An imaginative act, a survival tact, arrayed against a set of surreal facts stacked, which left Daddy whacked, smacked, jacked, so he cracked under the weight of the freight he could not carry. He was not Harry dirty. He was not Dirty Harry, make my day. Instead, he was more akin to Curly, Moe, and Larry. A societal stooge, ill-defined as a Scrooge, but in reality, trapped in the vortex of a historical ruse, used to confuse, accuse, and abuse him. Daddy's mind was twisted. So he scripted and kicked it, but missed it, then flipped it over and over and over and out like the light too bright. But the absence of light is not always the night. Like the absence of night is not always the light. Daddy's mind was twisted, so he missed it. The love of the woman who kissed him, took him home, made him moan, made him groan, made him momentarily seek solace in a nirvana-like comfort zone. Daddy was on. But not long. Not long. In time, and in the absence of a lover's crime, Daddy turned on a dime, and he inexplicably slipped on his escapism scapes, rooted in fate, conceived in negate, nurtured in conflate, and when he rolled away in a parrot stray, he did not know how to play and had forgotten a long time ago how to drop down on his knees and pray. So he joined the tormented fray. Men lost souls, men without homes, perpetually on the road. Daddy's mind was twisted. Thank you.
A son's first love, a daughter's first friend. Mothers are the givers of life, the first eyes we see when our lives begin. Before memory, before language, before we knew the sound of our own name, there was her. The first face the world trusted us with. The first set of eyes to say you're safe, even if nothing else is. Before we had words, she read the ache away. Before we learned how to ask, she was already there. She learned our cries before we knew how to speak. Knew the difference between hunger, fear, and the kind of hurt you don't have words for yet. Her voice was the first proof that life might be survivable. Her arms taught us that falling doesn't always mean you wouldn't be caught. She stayed awake when no one else was looking. Broke herself into smaller pieces so we could grow into something more. So we can grow. Damn it, iPhone, stop it. Broke herself into smaller pieces so that we can grow into something whole. And never once stood around waiting to be thanked. She stood between us and the sharpest parts of life until life got heavy enough to reach her too. Every scraped knee, every long silence, every version of us that didn't know how to be okay yet, she held it. She taught us love before we had the strength to return it in a language she understood. Taught us forgiveness by carrying blame that was never hers to hold. And then one day you notice she's tired. Their hands tremble sometimes. That the voice you trusted first is working hard to stay steady for you. You realize the person who taught you how to breathe is now fighting to catch her own breath, yet still asking if you're all right. Every heartbeat we trust, we learn from hers. Every way we know how to love started there. A son's first love, a daughter's first friend, mothers, the givers of life. And even when their strength is thinning, even when the well is running low, they give anyway.
All right.
What the fuck? He did it for a second time. Looks like America's going back to his old state of mind. Looks like he's been beating another qualified woman, not once, but 2 times. This time, though, with 34 felony crimes. He reminds me of a Middle Eastern dictator coming after all his haters, talking about make America great again. But that's just code word for make America hate again. I wish I could make her hate again. I wish I could wake up and bring this nightmare to an end. But that would be too good to be true. So everybody who voted for the number 47, Trump you too. Fuck them kids. Yes, I did. I helped give them life. In return, they're taking mine. When having kids, you will learn in between love, there is a thin line. But that's not all. These motherfuckers are driving me up the wall. Wearing my clothes and eating my food, and you always wonder why I'm in a bad mood. That's because they're working my last nerve. I probably done killed one of them if I wasn't smoking so much herb. As I look in the crowd, I see the cold stares, but I don't care. I'm just saying how y'all feel. Like the late great Bernie Mac said, I'm just keeping it real. So I guess it is what it is, but I stand on what I say. Fuck them kids. Man, if you know me, every time I do this shit, I try to do something new. But I only had a week heads up, but I had to do something new. So this is some new shit. New shit? I love that shit. My man said I was wrong, one poem away from my own showcase. So those words I had to embrace, because I am really good at this. He said I just needed more practice to get better at this, and I did just that, to put my train back on the right track. Confidence is something I never did lack. Now I'm out here pushing rhymes like crack. I don't wrote books, did shows, and those are the facts. Shout out to my man Black Soul and Vic. I want my spotlight because I got my swagger back.
And that is to entertain or to teach. And hopefully I'll entertain, because sometimes I'll just be up here talking and don't believe half the stuff that I'll be saying. All right, and I know y'all seen the picture of that lady getting shot up by ICE. This poem kind of, back when I was a young man, I got 2 younger brothers gangbang real bad. And that was the mantra back in the day, that I'd knock on the door and shoot your mama in the face. And to see that man actually do that was kind of, I was like, damn, that's how it looked. And it shook me. So I'm going to do a poem kind of in that vein. And I had a friend that used to listen to my poem. This is a new poem, so I can get the new shit stuff. New shit? I had a friend that would listen to my stuff before I do it, but she ain't fucking with me now, so I'm going to give it to y'all straight. So straight, no chase. All right? America, home sweet home. The only place I ever known, the only place I'll probably ever know. America, where you can walk out your door and get shot up with the masses. Be walking down the street, minding your own business, experience police harassment. America, a nation that's repping the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not believe. America will show you what's right, even though you can see what's left. America, land of the free, a scalped head, strange fruit, blood on the leaves. The bloody roots don't run deep. The beast came here to feed, causing those who lived here to concede. Now it's the land of milk and honey, where the homeless still go hungry. It's the land of liberty, where we don't even know how to live with more than we need. And it's causing the ground to heat up, the sky to fall. That's why he got to come back and save a few. But meanwhile, we're told to live low. Even though life is coming head on, close, hold tight, don't lose control. Because America will show you reality. The money, yeah, take it. The drugs, oh, help yourself. The fame, America will help you make it. Only the kiss and tell, wait for you to fail and be the first one to say, look what you done wasted. America. Easily offended, don't know how to let it go. Will send you a rose on your sick bed. Get well soon, the card read. But with crooked eyes, a crooked smile and hollow eyes, America would deny you free health care. So somewhere in America, there's a quiet riot, a protest. They telling me what's wrong. It's the same old sad song. Nothing's gonna change because it's too easy for us not to get along. America, land that I love. America, the only place I've ever known. America, my home sweet home. I don't know. That's kind of like the first time I got that. Kind of got that off. I don't. So if it didn't work, it didn't work. It worked. All right. Now I'm finna. I've been doing poetry a long time, and I used to do poetry in the bar, and in the bar ain't nobody trying to hear no poetry. So I started writing these real extreme poems, so that when I get on the mic, I can say something and it catch everybody's attention. And, I said like Jesus don't fuck. And then people would look, what did he say? And I would have their attention, and then I had to deliver a course. I ain't gonna do that poem, but I'll do it. Hilarious. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I don't know if y'all ready for that.
Everybody's so excited though.
We ready?
I said everybody's so excited.
Oh, I'll give you something. I'll give you a little something.
All right.
I don't know about the Jesus don't fuck stuff.
Why you mention it?
Huh?
Why you bring it up? You're not gonna do it.
Yeah, because I tease you and then come to the next show and then I'll do it. Then I can have more people. You can get there. I might do it after I do this. I'm supposed to do 3 poems. I'll decide. I'm gonna do anybody like to work out? I love going to the gym. Nobody? Y'all got to get yourself together now. Get in the gym. Work out. If my man right here, I'll be seeing him in the gym. That's a few of y'all. I like going to the gym. All right. So this is a poem about going to the gym. Can't wait to hit the gym. Get it in. I can't wait to do some reps on the bench press. And it's Monday, it's a full body day, so I'm gonna work on my legs, my abs, my back, my arms, all that. And I know before I go, I'm gonna have to do 20 minutes of cardio. And I tell myself, I'm doing this for my health. But deep down inside, I know I'm just doing it trying to stay fuckable. So that at least she won't laugh at me when I get undressed. At best, she might let me keep the lights on while we have sex. I'm not trying to be huffing and puffing, running out of gas halfway through the night, breathing all heavy in her face. I'm trying to be in shape enough to last long enough, give her a chance to finish the race. I'm just trying not to be an oops, where she look at me and say, damn, what did I get myself into? Because I know in the end, time is gonna win. And I'm gonna grow old and my body gonna fold in on itself. And I won't be able to reach things on the upper shelf. Be so old I have to slide my feet. So I won't slip and trip and shatter my hip. I have to make that 911 call. I've fallen and I can't get up. Slowly become a burden to the ones that I love. I get so old I'll be walking all day looking for my keys, find them hanging in the lock in the front door. Walk into a room and think, damn, what the fuck did I come in here for? Be so old, my back start hurting and I won't even know why. Stub my toe and honestly think, this is how I'm gonna die. But you know what? That's gonna be when. This is then. That will be then. This is now. So I'm gonna hit the gym, get it in. I'm gonna try to save what little I have left. I'm gonna try to keep what I know can't be kept. Alright? I'll do the Jesus don't fuck since they said. Since, since I mentioned it. You're right, I shouldn't mention something that I ain't good. Thank you. Jesus don't fuck. I was in McDonald's trying to get some food. And I noticed the lady at the counter was really, really cute. I'm telling you, she was a piece. Warm smiles, dimples on her cheek, straight teeth, little short hairstyle, little McDonald's cap, something like a Nico on her name tag. I'm telling you, she had a sunny disposition, even though she was working at McDonald's and didn't have no wedding ring on. And I could tell she had a banging body up under that uniform. So I thought I would flirt, even though I know she was at work. So when she said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, give me a number 22 with extra collard greens and a sweet potato pie." She actually looked down at her register. And then she looked up and said, I smiled. I know this is my spot. I had to shoot my shot. So I said, "How you doing, Miss Lady?" "It's your fine self. How's your day?" She looked at me and said, "Oh, I'm blessed." I guess she was telling me that Jesus was her man. I wasn't sure, so I had to put it to the test. So I said, "God is good," and she said,
All the time.
and I said, "All the time." And
God is good.
That's when I know it was worse. Not only was Jesus her man, but she was really in the church. I guess I wasn't gonna have her naked no time soon in my bedroom. So I grabbed my food, sat down to eat, and started thinking, how can I compete with this man named Jesus? See, Jesus knows her needs. He's always there. And when she come home and want to talk about her day all day, see, Jesus would really care. Jesus is never far. Jesus lives in her heart. And she can call on his name. Jesus never just want to sit on the couch and watch the game. You see, Jesus never lies. Jesus never cheats. Jesus never want to stay out all night running the streets. See, Jesus can give her eternal life. I can see why she wanted Jesus to be her man. I really didn't stand a chance. Sitting there looking at my half-eaten burger and my cold French fries, it dawned on me, wait a minute. I realized I can compete. See, between the sheets, I can put it on her so good she catch feelings in the back of her knees. I can have her eyes rolling back in her head she can't see. And when she in the store and she notices the long Polish sausages, she ain't gonna think of Jesus, she gonna think of me. So I can have her calling me up at work, saying, "You know you get an hour, don't eat off the truck. Why don't you come by the house so we can make sandwiches or something?" See, I can have her calling me, talking about, see, I can start her like a race car. I can run her real fast. Have her talking about, "Don't slow down, hit the gas, hit the gas." I can hit it like a baseball player. Have her telling me, "You man." So I can have her shaking, celebrating like she's doing the touchdown there. I can have her calling me late at night, talking about, "Why don't you come over for a while, watch a little TV? Kids about to go to sleep, you can stay a while." See, I can kiss her where her lips don't smile. I was sitting there thinking, I started to feel a little bit better. It's really all I got. I know it ain't much, but I'm telling you, it's a good thing that Jesus don't fuck. I gotta do one more. Just one more. I can't end on one more. I'm gonna do I ain't. Because I always do it because it reminds me that I should be alive and that I should take my life serious. Guess we could all be like Bill Gates, have $1 billion. I mean, not Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, have $1 billion and be dead. But, so I do this poem always to remind me when I do poetry. I ain't. I was on Yahoo when I got the news that Whitney Houston was dead. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't all that surprised. She did seem to have a bit of a troubled life. But no sooner had I read it, I started getting all these damn text messages. People asked me, did I know that Whitney Houston was gone? So I turned on the TV and watched it. And sure enough, there was a bunch of videos of her singing her favorite songs. "I Will Always Love You" and "The Greatest Love of All." Then I got a phone call from a friend, and she said she was so sad she was about ready to cry. And I was like, "Why? You ain't like you really knew her."
Right.
And we got into a big argument, and I was telling her, see, that's the problem. Too many people like you was trying to live their lives through her. She denied and said it was sad and just a sad day. Sad? I guess it's sad anytime anybody passed away. But sad? I can't say I felt that way. Matter of fact, I felt like I should celebrate. Don't get me wrong, not because Whitney Houston is gone, because shit, I ain't. See, I can leave up out of here, go buy some lottery tickets, lay in the bed, look at the ceiling, and dream of all the things I'd do if I hit. Go do something adventurous, like jump out of an airplane, just to see if I scream like a bitch. I can go to IHOP, order my favorite dish, Colorado omelet, a big plate of pancakes. See, Whitney Houston is dead, but shit, I ain't. Who knows, maybe I'll start working on my New Year's resolution, try to gain me some weight. Go play basketball with the young cats. When I can't keep up, tell myself I ain't old, I'm just out of shape. Go to the gym, look at the girls, hit the weights. Oh, that's too much work. I'm just gonna sit on the couch with some Cheetos and watch football all day. See, cause Whitney Houston is dead, but shit, I ain't. I don't know, maybe I'll get me some more tattoos and say, I can't complain. Sometimes I still do. And it's true, God, I don't want it to get up and go to work. My boss is asking, let me stop complaining. Maybe I just go to church, get some insurance on my soul. Cause me and God both know I ain't no saint. See, Whitney Houston is dead. Shit, I ain't. Who knows? Maybe after the show, some pretty girl will come up to me and say, ooh, James, I love your poetry. Let me take you home tonight. I know it ain't gonna happen. It makes you feel alive to think that it might. I don't know, maybe I just go to Walmart, walk up and down the aisle, wait for a pretty girl to pass, turn around, look at her ass, and smile. And I think about the babies we can make. See, Whitney Houston is dead. Shit. You know, in the end, we all gonna end up like Whitney Houston. We might not get there like she did. I guarantee you we all gonna get there. Cause I see what time is doing. I feel the changes in my body. I see the lines in my face. I'm telling you, life is plenty precious when you realize you got less of it to waste. So in the morning, when I rise, I'm gonna look to the sky. I'm gonna give thanks. Cause Whitney Houston is dead, but shit, I ain't.
She calls me Mr. Dope Man because I slang this sack like crack. And for that cat that she pack, I'll be her dope dealer, no filler, so the high is always cleaner than Ajax. So happily she became my freak, coming faster than Tyreek. That's why she was running back, I guess. That being said, her addiction to my sticking was more akin to Debo. The way I had her pulling up on hoverboards, talking about, I got my PPP loan and need more, so I gave her a taste. Watching each hit leave her high as shit. I swore what I left her with would be enough of it, but Shawty was insatiable, talking about, baby, before you go, roll another split. Now I'm pulling locks, not tracks, and sweat tracks down arches spark from when my balls made her ass clap. When she took off from strokes that made her slip, then she said, shit, I need another hit of that. Feeding for this dictation, so when I put it in her face, she won't hesitate to damn near suffocate taking the taste. So high makes sense, she spoke my pipe all the way to the base. So high, her moans became poetry in space. I listened to her body say, I hate this how it fades away. Baby, tell me this time is here to stay. One hit of you is the sweetest release. What started as a want is quickly growing into a need, so I became her plug. Call me Bud to her Rudy, when truly she just want to be held down. I'll come around and be the reason she used to think orgasms only came by the ounce till I sold it to a wholesale by the pound. I started to say I made her come by the boatload. I know, cliche, until she called my dick a yacht, said the spot I floated in left her carefree all day. So what more can I say? Her body might as well be mine. Without me, she left a pace an inch. You know, she called and asked me for just a tip. Hit my line at midnight like, I got 5 on it. My social supply got her only want to be high on me. Testing the limits every time I'm up in it, swearing she won't OD. Now she damn near about to seize, body locked up, talking about, I can't breathe. She wasn't dying, but her soul was left leaking on the sheets. Label me Mr. Dope Man. Because when she calls, I deliver. Her climax is gold, mine is silver. So as she falls asleep on cloud 9, floating down her own ecstasy's river, I'll be laid back smoking, thinking of figures. Which figures? Because I'm not a nigga, just a dick that leaves her in a trance. That's why she only hit me when she need a fix and got me in her phone as Mr. Dope Man.
Don't know how to wait.
shit. I wrote this song, forgot about it, found it, and I was like, you know what? Why not? What's my name? What's my name? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock on. Fire's gonna burn. Fire's gonna burn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock on. Release your power. Release your power. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock on. Rock on. Remember to get free. Love yourself. Take no shit.
First, I'm gonna hop on the mic, just not right now. But let's do something together, yes? So it's like I'm Tinkerbell. I need your energy. Tinkerbell likes the claps. I'm gonna need y'all to do something else. So when I raise my hand, I want you to say free. Okay? Okay. Free. Now say it like you just got paid and you're happy. Free. How could I ever be? Free. How could I ever be? Free. How could I ever be? Free. Free of your love. Free. You're the air I breathe. Free. The sun, the moon, the trees. Free. The stars, the birds, the bees. You're everything to me. So how could I ever be? Free. Free of your love. I do not consort with chance. I can't co-sign happenstance. I sing with synchronicity. See the divine order in all things, which is why I know you were sent to me. I see providence. I see purpose. I believe in fate, and all the problems of the world can wait because I believe in destiny. So here in this moment are where you and I are meant to be. Like the great figure 8 laying on its side, eternity belongs to you and I. And while death may find you at any moment, time, or place, as long as we occupy the same space, I couldn't fathom where I'd rather be. I would have never surmised that this would grow from something that started so casually. Out of 7 billion beings, I found the one who completes me. I never thought I could settle down, but instead I found someone who treats me like an equal. Our love, like a movie with 50 sequels, like I can feel you in the atmosphere, sense your presence even when you're not near, turn to you when the path becomes unclear, knowing that in you I never have cause for fear. Like I go to the ends of the earth, no matter what the hazards see, because I can never be free. Free of your love. So,
All right now.
oh man, I was talking to one of my really good friends about the shitty like state of the world, right? And you know, we joke that he's a lover boy and I'm a lover girl, and I think that in times of like extreme hate and like violence and oppression, love is what is gonna save us. Love is the be all end all. Like this life, what is life without that love, you know? Anyway, so once upon a time, I dated this guy and he was struggling. I mean, like struggling mental health wise. And like we always talk about the people that are struggling, right? But then there's a whole support system, right? Of people who are there and helping and supporting, and that's kind of like what this poem's about. 3 things that will instantly calm angry or emotional people. 1, please speak more slowly. I'd like to help. 2, what would you like me to do? 3, any question at all. That's the article of today. To date, I have read 47 articles on depression, grief, and anxiety. 47, give or take a few. I'm ashamed to admit selfishly I've wondered, if it were me, what would you do? Would you take days off of work or for a weekend drive 1,000 miles, knowing you have work on Monday just to see me smile? I wonder. I've even Googled, how do you stay sane when you love someone who is struggling with their mind? The resounding consensus is time. Time. Time for them to heal, time for them to grieve, and time for yourself. But it's hard to see them struggle when all you want to do is help. The thing they never tell you about love is it's easy to have someone's back when it's not broken. I said it's easy to have someone's back when it's not broken. It's easy to communicate when both of you are open. It's easy to stand by when they're not actively pushing. It's easy to lie beside them, but hard not to become cushion. It's easy to be ride or die when you're riding towards direction. Have me asking the woman in the mirror a conversation with reflections like, how long can you carry burdens before you lose connection? Did you think life was fairy tale? Did you count yourself exception? I know life is no vacation. It's not always sunny, sandy beaches. But you're caught in the riptides. I can't catch you despite my reaches. I'm at a loss. There's no timetable on grief and no true answers to my questions. Multiply this by the fact that you get mad when I mention seeking help from someone who's more qualified than I. You say abandon when all is done with good intentions. Damn, I'm only human. Putting forward Herculean effort. The more I give, the more you take, the more I feel the lesser. I love you. But as of late, everything's a stressor. And I don't want to add to your plate. I don't want to add to that pressure. I love you. And I've even envisioned a life post-carriage. But you can't invite a man in your home and demand he leave his baggage. I love you. And they say it's always darkest before the breaking of the dawn. I love you, so to me it's worth the efforts to hold on. So in 4 short words, 3 phrases I hope will keep us both from harm. I'm here for you. I'm doing my best. I come in love. So earlier there was like a poem about mothers, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote a poem about my mother and I never perform it because like it's like I feel like as poets some poems are like spoken word, right? And some poems are just like it's just a poem, right? Like it's, you know. But anyway, I don't know. As I was hearing some of people's performances, I was like, damn, I want to do my mother poem. Anyway, so my father passed away. It'll be 10 years this year, and this was such a heartbreaking time. I know we was talking about mothers, but my father, that was like my guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, so my mother and my father were together since they were like teenagers. They were together for forever, and when he passed away, it was such a absence. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is called Love is Evergreen. My mother knows about resurrection. Where do you think this phoenix got her wings? She is bent over in her garden, her hands elbow deep in dirt. She is bringing back life to barren soil, her face fixed in concentration. She pours herself into the rich, dark earth, fertilizing it with her vision. She knows that hope is a perennial, that trials and tribulations are annuals. My mother will cut down flowers to make way for new growth. She reminds me that sometimes beautiful things must be discarded so that more beauty may take its place. She knows that every seed has the potential for growth, but only if you care for it. A firm believer in the grass being greener only where you water it. She speaks to them, telling me that they can hear her words of encouragement, knowing that words have power. She tells them to blossom, and they do. She doesn't have green thumbs, she possesses green hands, cuts pieces of plants, places them into water until roots appear, making magic, creating something from nothing. She sees endless possibilities. I've watched things flourish under her care. My mother knows about resurrection, so when my father died, she went to her garden. She dug deep into the womb of Mother Earth. Her tears watering the plants helped give birth to a riot of beauty. She brought forth life when everything around us felt like death, her own form of silent protest. My father loved the flowers. She has taught us that love is evergreen.
Yeah.
So, to talk about my mother, I've never met another woman like my mother. When I was younger, I used to pride myself like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm so calm, I'm so collected, I'm like my dad. And now in my 40th year, I see more than anything, I'm like my mom. I too am Wanda's daughter. As she spills out of my mouth, like, my mom taught us to have like a backbone, to not let anybody like run over you. And I was thinking to myself, I was driving, I'm part of a writers group, and I was like, my mother's a hurricane. And she imprinted lightning in our veins. And anyway, so that's how this poem started. It's like a day old, it's fresh. New shit. I'm Puerto Rican, and in Puerto Rico, we got like Catholicism and shit. But if you, oh, no disrespect, I'm sorry, I'm in like the Bible Belt. What am I saying? Okay, wait, so pause, let me take it back. In addition to Catholicism, right, Puerto Rico was part of the slave trade, right? So we had a lot of West Africans, so Puerto Rican people are Taino, which is like Native American, and Spaniard are colonizers, and African are brethren that, you know, were forced to be in the mix with us. Anyway, they came to Puerto Rico and they weren't allowed to practice their religion. So they went under the guise of Catholicism and they still worship their old gods, right? So our form of this religion is called Santeria, worship of the saints. Anyway, boom, boom, boom. So now you got the fake, like we're saying it's this Catholic saint, but we're really worshiping this African god. And one of the gods, his name is Chango, and he is the god of lightning, of storms, of thunder. So in Puerto Rico, we also got these ugly little birds. It's like our version of the pigeon. As a New Yorker, everybody knows the pigeon. In Puerto Rico, we don't know the Chango. So the name is like a double boom, 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 right? Chango the god, Chango the bird. Okay, here we go. Daughters of Chango. My brother-in-law calls me, he's lost in supercell. My sister, a vortex. Her feelings, typhoon. It's a category 5, add that to a full moon. I try to explain. We just need consistency, love, and care. We are daughters of hurricane. We carry storms within our veins. Our DNA imprinted on us tropical weather patterns. We should come with warning. There's a price to paradise. We crave a simple life. I'm just a girl. A sensitive thug who just needs a hug. A fragile thing. I need love. My sister and I, our passion, our joy, our anger, our despair, downpours. We be monsoons. Our hearts beat against broken skies. Do you hear our thunder? We find comfort in the chaos of nature. We be blue skies with a chance of sun shower. We be beautiful and dangerous. We be creator and destroyer, a divine dichotomy. Our spirits tempestuous. We fight for the derecho, a double entendre for our right to reign, and winds that will blow you to the far corners of this world. Tell me, what's more beautiful than the sound of rain? Tell me, have you ever been drenched in love? Tell me that the sky is not most breathtaking after storm. Tell me that the rainy season is your favorite, and then tell me again. Brother, I cannot tell you how to weather the storm. Only that survival means dancing in the rain. Brother, be patient. Rainbows are on the horizon. All right. So earlier, we heard some perverted poems.
Yes, we do.
And it was crazy because I happened to be, she left, but I happened to be by a lady that every time they did the perverted poem, she was like, oh! And I was like, damn, I'm not going to do a perverted. But she left, so now I feel, I can do it now. Many say that I'm too young to let you know just where I'm coming from. Woo! But I'm gonna try. See, for him I would beg and plead if that's what he needs. Should I be whatever he wanted me to be? For him I'd be a nurse or a naughty French maid. He could be the teacher and I the student who stayed late. He the master, I the slave, I the young Indian princess. He Tonto the brave, the Tarzan to my Jane, I the Bonnie to his Clyde. It wouldn't matter as long as he was by my side. But the other day I wanted to give him something he could feel. So I started out with his favorite foreplay, a meal. I cut those greens with a zeal. I serenaded that marinade, and I was heavy-handed and liberal with my TLC. Before he got there, I was sure to be ready. Apron, heels, naked, makeup not too heavy. When he walked in, I rushed over, rubbed his shoulders, tough as boulders, for they carry the weight of the world. As my hands traveled his landscape, I gave him a good feel of the girls. Laid butterfly kisses in their wake, I walked him to his plate, a gleam in my eye. See, they had him running in circles all day. And the mandate is when he enters his kingdom, it's no work and all play. After dinner was done, I laid a long, languid, lingering kiss on his lips as his treat came to full attention. Now, I could be a bit of a flirt, so in my sexiest voice, I announced, you are dessert. My heart began to race like the build-up to a heart attack. As I engulfed his good wood, I became a lumberjack. Heat waves were rushing off of our bodies. Cold fronts had dropped to create a perfect storm. He let out an explosive sigh. As his essence entered me, salt and warm. Meanwhile, it was monsoon season south of my equator. Dessert was so delicious, seconds could not wait till later. He responded immediately, as though he could sense the need in me. My rivers were running freely now. As he entered me slowly, I screamed out now. My hips began to quake like an earthquake as he became solid as a rock. As I ride, he turned me on my side, and I'm on don't stop. Instead, he dove into my ocean face first, and it was like I could see heaven create birth as I burst through what could be called a volcanic eruption. I couldn't seem to get enough of him. He entered me again, this time taking me from behind. He putting to shame any dancer who thinks they know how to slow wine. My tidal waves once again reached their peak. It felt so good, I could almost weep. And then he gave me an open hand slap across my left cheek. And that's when all composure began to crack. We sang back up to each other as our moans and sighs became the soundtrack to those final moments of ecstasy. As he lay spent next to me, he said, damn, woman, you know how to put it on a man for real. My reply, just giving you something you can feel.
Next time you do something like that.
So I grew up, I was born in Brooklyn, and a lot of my family, when we immigrated from Puerto Rico, we landed in Brooklyn. I know everyone thinks Puerto Ricans come from the Bronx, but we landed in other places. I promise you we're in Brooklyn. But anyway, so boom, my uncle, he bought a house. He was one of the first people in my family, actually, to buy a house. That's a big thing. And the neighborhood he lived in, which I kind of grew up somewhat in, is Bushwick, right? So Bushwick is seeing this large gentrification. We got a lot of new people in the hood. In Spanish, bochinche is chisme for us that know Mexican Spanish, right? We got our different dialects. Bochinche means gossip. So boom, bochinche. He spills hot bustelo of the telephone line, hot, loud, and black. Asked me if I've seen the videos of Karens getting knocked out on the Facebook. My uncle, well into his 6th decade, he a lifelong resident of Brooklyn, longtime homeowner in Bushwick, New Yorican Boricua to the core, a native to the greatest city in the world, New York. He recounts the drama in the barrio with the new neighbor from across the street. Staccato in his delivery, delivered in a rhythm the city built. Picture it, Cornelia Street, circa 2025. White guy, hipster, chain smoker, always looking a revolu. Well, revolu is Puerto Rican for a mess. He reads his book standing up pacing. He never looks at me, loca. Do you hear me? He never looks at me. He moved into Mrs. Kitchen's house. Do you remember her? So anyway, Jose from Panama likes to work on his cars in front of his house. He hustles. He's the block mechanic. Jose don't bother nobody, but he plays the music a todo hender, which is Puerto Rican for to the max, to the limit. Chain smoker Revolu approaches Jose and tells him to lower the music. Not only lower it, as a matter of fact, turn it off completely. Now, ¿pa qué fue eso? For what was that? Jose opens his big Panamanian mouth to say, yo planted your flag here the other day. I planted my flag here 30 years ago. You remember my Dominican vecina? I interrupt to ask his name. He says, girl, I don't know her name. I call them all sweetie, vecina, honey, como está mamita. Anyway, on Saturdays, she'd wash her car and play music. Chain smoker Revolu approached her too. He told her, cut the music. She said no. Hands on hips, hair doobied, and an attitude thicker than Mangu, he threatened to call the cops. And did he? He did. The NYPD showed up and asked her to shut the music as he smoked cigarette after cigarette on his stoop, behind his gate watching. She told them no, a tu boca, with her entire mouth. She yells across the street. She tells him, you should have never moved here to this neighborhood if you're gonna hate the neighbors. The cops left and the bachata continued to play. ¿Dónde están esos amigos que me decían? Now she's dead. Cancer. Dios la bendiga. Same summer, John and I were on the stoop. One of those days when the sun is shining and the breeze is breezing, I went inside and grabbed my speaker. Not the one you gave me, another, louder, bigger one. John lifted his lips, pointing at the neighbor across the street. He was worried. Don't play the music too loud, Mike. This one man had disrupted the harmony of the neighborhood. Was a discordant note in the symphony. Disgruntled orchestra member. Here comes Miguel Angel Raso, hood conductor. The big speaker, his baton, loud, never quiet, can never be silenced by colonizer. A happy member of the diasporan chorus, he said, I played my music as loud as the speakers would glow. I blasted it on purpose and stared at him. You think he did anything? Absolutely not. El mono sabe que palo trepa, which is an old refran, a saying which translates to, the monkey knows which tree to climb, which is Puerto Rican for, fuck around and find out. My uncle concludes his tale by saying the gentrifier had finally learned to mind his business. Some of us still live in the hood. Had he crossed the street, I would have had to knock the Karen out. You know I'm not violent, but I could take him.
Okay.
All right.
Not me. Not one of them.
And if you saw my uncle, all jokes aside, you would be like, sir. But at the same time, he'd think he could fight, so. Anyway, I'm gonna close out on one last piece. I just think it's important now more than ever to look around you and find connection. Everybody wants to be part of a village, but ask yourself, am I a villager? Am I caring for my neighbor who I know is struggling? And you know what? I have extra pasta tonight and I'm gonna bring it to them. Am I looking out for my neighbor if I see ice and I'm calling? Because nobody is illegal here on stolen lands, okay? Right. So I ask you all to kind of like just take a step back and ask yourself, how can I be more of a villager? How can I uplift the people around me? How can I better impact the community? Because while we cannot do it all, everybody can do something. Yeah? All right. I'm gonna get off my soapbox and I'm gonna come with my last piece. How many lifetimes can one fit in a life's line? Reach out to my ancestors from the confines of this earthly vessel, knowing that I am heavenly body. Feeling the hum of energy that is found in me, I seek within because the answers are bound in me. It took me a long time to take solace in silence, kill former ideals and be reborn through positive violence. You are vast, so unplug and learn to master within. And once you begin, you will see that you are a tool that needs to be mastered again. Like fine steel forged in the flame, tempered by time, patience and pressure give way to refine. Coal into diamonds, mucus into pearls, your energy eternal, let your power unfurl. Seek to celebrate others before being celebrated. Seek to elevate others and in turn be elevated. Realize they have you believing the lies. There's enough light to shine, yet we're caught in a matrix that's built on theorems of conquer and divide, where strength through unity is where true power resides. I call upon you as godly brethren and sistren. Open up your hearts, tell your spirits to listen. You are light embodied, one of the Creator's visions, so unique with your own special mission. Star, dust, and earth, dirt, let go of all hurt and any other poisonous emotions. Find your love and then live a life filled with devotion. Once you've done all that, you put yourself into tune. Part of nature's orders like the cycles of the moon. You will be astounded by the strength that you wield. Be kind, wise, noble, humble, and know that not all warriors carry weapons and shields. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. On Instagram, be sure to follow me, friend me, Chris, CRYS _ San Diego, like the city, Chris, CRYS _ San Diego. Come, don't be shy, say hello. Yes.